9:14-17. Jesus is questioned about fasting. Then the disciples of John came to him, saying, "Why do the Pharisees fast often, but your disciples do not fast?" And Jesus said to them, "Can the friend of the bridegroom mourn as long as the bridegroom is still with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom will be taken away from them, and then they will fast. No one puts a piece of unshrunken cloth on an old garment, for the patch pulls away from the garment, and the tear is made worse. Nor do they put new wine into old wineskin, or else the wineskin breaks, and the wine is spilled, and the wineskin are ruined. But they put new wine into new wineskins, and both are preserved." So, John's disciples are asking Jesus, "Why do your disciples don't fast like us and the Pharisees?" So first, the John's disciples imitated John, and they showed their proper humility in sight of their own sin, that of their own people, in the sight of their own people. Matthew 3:1-4 talks about how John and his appearance and how he ate honey locust, right? And that he was dressed in camel cloth and a leather belt. And Elijah also dressed like that. That's how prophets used to dress back in the days, the biblical days. Camel or animal fur with leather belts, right? And just study that, right? And so he's showing the humility. He's showing that he doesn't dress in the finest robes. He lived in the wilderness. Like, he didn't need to be looking like royalty, right? He was a prophet for God. That was his calling. He was anointed by God. That's his who he is, right? So he was humble. Being a man of God is to be humble, right? So the Pharisees also known for their practice of fasting, often twice a week. Luke 18:12. The Pharisees did not do it by the spirit of humility or repentance, right? They often fasted wanting to impress themselves and others with their false spirituality. Matthew 6:16-18. Right? So here we go. The principal things are different now that the Messiah is here, is what I put, right? So now that Jesus is here, he's showing, right, the bridegroom. Can the friend of the bridegroom mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? Jesus did not want his disciples to imitate the Pharisees in their hypocrisy, in their hypocritical way of their fasting, right? Nor imitate John's disciples in their ministry of humble preparation. So this whole thing is not an accident. People coming up to Jesus asking